Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be reading Chapter 8 of Lulu is Getting a Sister. We remember that in Chapter 7, Lulu's new little sister at Camp Sisterhood, little Mitzi, beat her quite a few times in Scrabble, which did not make Lulu very happy. Lulu ended up almost throwing a tantrum, but all those adults that stay back to watch the kiddos, one was there and dumped a big bucket of water to chill Lulu out. So here's Lulu with her bucket of water. Right? Well, now we're going to see what happens next in Chapter 8. 20 minutes later, after Lulu had changed into some dry clothes, Lulu and Mitzi were sitting in the office of a smiling, Call Me Debbie. The mom who had poured the water on Lulu's head had left the room, after explaining why she'd done what she'd done. It was like there was steam coming out of her ears, she said. And now the girls were taking turns insisting that what had happened had absolutely been the other girl's fault. So Lulu saying it was Mitzi's fault, and Mitzi saying it was Lulu's fault. Feelings were hurt, tempers were lost, and lessons need to be learned, said Call Me Debbie, giving each girl an encouraging pat on the hand. And I need to stop saying this, but she was still smiling. So, what are these lessons that we've learned? You shouldn't be a sore loser, said Mitzi. You shouldn't be a rude winner, said Lulu. Lulu replied. That's excellent, girls. Just listen to each other. And also, said Call Me Debbie, when you meet tomorrow morning, try doing a little less inside and a little more outside. She paused for a moment, perhaps to make sure they were listening to her, and then she repeated warningly, don't forget, less inside, more outside, or else it's going to go on your permanent record. Lulu had no idea what go on your permanent record meant, and neither do I. But she knew that she didn't like the way that it sounded. So when she and her sibling met on Tuesday, she announced that they'd skip the games in the cabin and head directly down to the lake for a swim. When they reached the water's edge, Lulu said, let's race. And just to make it fair, and because she figured she'd win by a mile, I'll give you a head start by counting slowly to 10 before I jump in. So here's Lulu. Here's Lulu. Here's little Mitzi. So Lulu gives her a head start to race. By the time Lulu finished counting, however, the race was already over and she lost. Lost to this pint-sized, not yet 8-year-old. Next time I'm only counting to 5, she announced, but it didn't help. She lost to the pint-sized, frizzy-haired, not 8-year-old again. And even when Lulu said, you're not getting any head starts anymore, she was beaten a 3rd time, a 4th time, and then a 5th time by Mitzi. Beaten 5 times in a row by this tiny, frizzy-haired, button-nosed, not yet 8-year-old? Who did just a little victory dance and only a few I wons, then stroked Lulu's arm with pity in her eyes. "Aw, poor Lulu," she said. "But you shouldn't feel bad. Please don't feel bad. You tried hard. You did the best you could." "I don't need you feeling sorry for me," said Lulu, who was absolutely outraged that she was just being beaten what's the right word? I think we should go with condescendingly, which is when a person believes she's so much better and so much greater than somebody else that she acts all gooey and kind to the poor little thing. Yes, condescendingly. That's what we'll call it. So here's Lulu. Whoop. And there's Mitzi. Beats her every time, even without a head start. "I'm only feeling sorry for you because there's no way you could beat me," she replied. "I've been on the swim team ever since I was 3, said Mitzi. "But," and there she goes again, stroking Lulu's arm, "you swam very well. You did some excellent kicking. Good job, Lulu." Lulu did not want to hear good job from some pine-sized, frizzy-haired, button-nosed, blue-eyes, incredibly irritating, not-so-8-year-old. "Stop talking, Mitzi," she shouted, "and listen to me." Wait, first listen to me. There's something important I've got to tell you, the girl insisted. Like more things, Lulu growled. You do better than me? No, it's about a little trick that just got played on you. She cleared her throat and said softly, I'm Fritzy, not Mitzi. Say that again? Asked Lulu, who couldn't believe what she'd just heard. I'm Fritzy, Mitzi's twin. And no one can even tell us apart. So we thought that it would be fun for us to switch places on you. For quite a while after that news was delivered, neither girl said a word. Fritzy just stood there, looking quite pleased with herself. Lulu also just stood there, angrily thinking about the things she didn't think. Lulu didn't think being tricked was very fun at all. She didn't think that losing 5 races in a row was fun. And she certainly didn't think it was fun to be treated so, what's that word again? Oh yeah, condescendingly. Like Fritzy was great and she was some pitiful little thing? Just thinking about how not fun it all was, Lulu got madder and madder. And if a parent hadn't been quietly lurking in the background, she'd have grabbed a huge hunk of Fritzy's hair and pulled. Instead, she made her meanest face and her meanest voice, and she chanted this chant. If I had met a wicked witch, I'd happily have kissed her, if in exchange she swore I'd never have you for a sister, Lulu said. Fritzy, to Lulu's great annoyance, did not seem the slightest bit bothered by this chant at all, so Lulu decided to go for a second verse. Now here's Lulu just imagining herself, her chant. And if she'd wanted more than 10 more kisses, I'd have kissed her. If 10 times more would have sworn, you'd never be my sister. Has she changed her mind about being a big sister yet? Doesn't look like it. Fritzy continued to barely pay attention to Lulu, and this made Lulu so much madder than she'd been before that even though a parent was quietly lurking in the background, she grabbed a huge chunk of Fritzy's hair and pulled. Her best choice? I don't think so. And we're going to see what happens. What will Lulu's consequence be next time for Chapter 9.